final series for the entire programme. And for Ireland, who aren't on that first half of the graphic, they could sneak in to the top 8. The top 8 qualify automatically for India 2023, the main World Cup later in the year. They'll almost certainly need to win all 3 games. There is a scenario where they could win 2 games and get past the West Indies 2 on net run rate. That would mean that the Netherlands would have to beat South Africa in one of the 2 upcoming ODIs. The other reason I wanted to show the graphic was something of a celebration for Bangladesh. Sometimes qualification hasn't been easy for them, but they have cruised into the top 8 and they've been good value for that place in the World Cup. And they're going to be contenders down in India, I feel, Attar.
Oh, real nice.
Yeah, I think Bangladesh's strongest format is the 50-over format. Yes, you mentioned about number 4, they've already qualified. But they've also started to show that they're getting used to how to play T20 format. So white ball cricket, they've started to manage to realize what needs to be done. And they're a fighting unit, they fight like tigers, especially in one-day format. So this is a challenge for Ireland. If they can knock over in one of the 3 games, they can pick up a victory. That'll be a huge boost, because recently Bangladesh went on to win against India 2-1. Yes, they lost the first 2 one-day international against England, the world champions, but they pulled back and picked up a victory in the 3rd one-day international by 50 runs against the world champions. And then they kept on winning 3-0 against the world champions in the T20 international. So they got themselves into a winning momentum. It's not going to be easy to knock them off so easily. So you've got to be very, very good in all 3 departments of the game to ensure they keep up the pressure. At the moment, this partnership, Bangladesh cruising along at 138 for 3.
And I think it's interesting you say as well, this could arguably be Bangladesh's best format of the 3. For me, it is definitely Ireland's best format of the 3. That's going to round out Andy McBrien's spell. Bangladesh maybe just nudging ahead of the game. He finishes with 1 for 47. It's 139 for 3.
$139 for 3. Bangladesh going at 4.96. This is the bowling. 1 for 30 for Adair, 1 for 47. A little bit expensive, but he's completed his overs. McBrien, impressive from Camphor, 1 for 29. McBrien just waiting for the next over to start. Is done well. 4.7 his economy. Short, civil round, but he's going to find the fielder in the deep. Just the single. And have a look at his pitch map. See, 63%. That is very, very impressive. That wicket just pitched a little further up in the 4 and 2 meters. That's one that got him that wicket. Be reasonably happy. Touch short on both occasions, and this time just a pickle round the corner. Thank you very much. I'll help myself to 4 runs, says Tohid Hridoy.
That is very cheeky from Tohid Hridoy. Wayward, it was middle and leg. The bounce was there, but he played it very nicely. Deft touch from Tohid Hridoy, just making sure the leg glance. Played it very fine for a fine 4. This is a good partnership between Hridoy and Shakib. 63 of 74. I think strategically the move of playing around with the batters has paid off for the Bangladesh. No.
Good comeback delivery. just tucks him up a little bit. Let's see the urgency in Shakib now. Coming to the 29th over, going at 5.5, building up that partnership of 63. I think they're happy enough with the assessment of the wicket. Can take a few bold shots. Too weak for that once again. Bowls within himself, doesn't really bowl too fast, military medium to say the least.
Jamie Siddons has been a busy man today. The batting coach of seen him walk off with Ronnie Talukdar earlier with the batters and on the job.
That was a very, very well controlled shot. Good work in the deep. Just managed to stop it before it went over.
This is good cricket all around. It was short, it was on top of it and made sure that he kept the ball on the ground. And good effort in the deep as well.
Excellent, you need that from Ireland. Every run so very precious. The manner in which Hridoy plays that shot seemed pretty comfortable. And over's done. It's 146 for 3. Lovely ground to the power play, losing a couple of wickets. Then it went down a little bit. It's picked up 5 at the moment. The run rate hasn't been too many big overs, and Ireland can take a lot of credit for that. They haven't really allowed the Bangladeshi batters to dominate absolutely, and that is good. It's gone. I think both teams will be reasonably happy with the position that game is in at the moment. 3 down for Bangladesh, 146. How it looks. If you go at this rate, they're going to get 252. I tell you what, once we reach the 30th over, if you have wickets on hand, you'd normally double that score at the end of the 50th, Shaman.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially with the likes of Shakib Al Hasan and the crew. And the likes of Mushfiqur Rahim and Yasir Ali Chaudhary Rabbi still in the dugout. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. And Dasun Santo there this time in the air, finds the gap. Will be back for a couple.
Getting those runs. A couple. 4 runs. He's got 52 50s, heading for the 53rd. Waits. Once again, just past the fielder, maybe half a stop there. Eventually gets the single. The throws when there's an attempt for a run out has been a little tardy.
They have been good in general in the field. The shuffling, the batting order has come in handy for Bangladesh. Shakib coming in at 4, Tawhid Hridoy at 5, still have Mushfiqur Rahim in the dugout.
Bangladesh, you can see a little bit of a frustration in Tawhid Hridoy's face, but he should not be in that frame of a mind. 54 of balls, the third 50 has come reasonably similar. 58, 66. He slaps that away, goes to 4, the single, gets to another 50, the 53rd 50 for Shakib Al Hasan.
Of 65, just 2 boundaries. Just shows how hard work this innings has been. Playing to the conditions. 7,000 plus runs, 53rd 50.
That's down the leg side, he's going to race away to the boundary. Finishes the over with a flourish. 30 overs done. Bangladesh move on to 155 for 3. And still going strong in this innings of 65 deliveries is the maestro. To the right of that picture, he's built up a wonderful partnership here with the debutant Tauhid Hridoy. The leg side, he's punching the balls through backward of point. He's used that area quite nicely today. Just look at his scoring areas. See those boundaries all around the point, backward point region, all around the ground. With the power shots, there, point region. Off the shots he's played, brilliant. Going to be Curtis Camper into his 6th over, or his Tector, sorry, Harry Tector, the tall bowler. Tector into his 4th over. He's bowled well. Economy rate of 3.47.
Quick single taken. Did manage to get a few wickets early on. A couple of partnerships before this, 34 and 32 respectively, but this one outstanding. 75 of 86, and how good has Tauhid Hridoy been as well. Complimented his senior partner Shakib Al Hasan. Long career in front of him.
Initial thoughts was to pull it on the onside. Saw the ball just going away further on the off. And that at the last moment, adjusting and playing it onto the offside instead of dragging it to the on. Shows that he can just change the shots at the last moment, the confidence that he has. Upish and not in control, safe in no man's land. Must have had his heart in his mouth for a while.
Get it past. Telling Hridoy that you're going to get past that fielder inside the circle. And rightly so. 3 singles so far in this over.
You possibly think that that ball was wide enough to go after, but it's just the length. Seemed to be pushed back. Kandighatra Singh to the right, Rangana Herat to the left. They'll be pretty happy with what has transpired so far. Again, he's backing away. Closing it as an appeal. Well, it's Mr. White detergent powder decision pending.
Show me the front on first, please. Okay. I can see from that angle. Just keep rolling. Ball passes the bat and there is flat line on the outer edge. Satisfied, nobody involved. Can I have your best side on replay for the stumping, please? Foot is still grounded. Grounded as the bails are taken off. Foot is still grounded. Satisfied. My decision for the big screen is
well, Mr. White detergent powder is not out. It's pretty evident. Always within his crease. They also double checked. Broken Tucker, the keeper, inquiring. Smashes that. Take that. It's gone rocketing away to the boundary.
On top of the bounce on this occasion, Shakib Al Hasan played it on the rise. kept it up, but it was along the V, so no risk, and starts the over off with the boundary.
Pressure straight away on the bowler. How does Curtis Camphor come back? Had a little bit of experience recently playing in the BPL. Maybe not enough bat on that one. Still gets a single into the deep. Seems to have just
Seems to be the aggressor of the two in this partnership. Looking to take on the bowling. Will be interesting to see how Tauhid Hridoy plays along. Perhaps take a single and give the strike back to Shakib.
Oh, just gets an edge to that. Very lucky. Could have gone to the keeper. Yeah, he can feel lucky. The bowler, tad unlucky, but 4 runs nevertheless.
From the party. Off to the boundary. 2 boundaries from 2 batters from both ends.
So disheartening for the bowler. You induce the edge after the batters have looked so good, and this just evades the keeper. They come back, Crampton for space. Shakib Al Hasan has looked very good, but I think you just say that you have ample time, another lot of overs, 19 overs after this. This is the ideal time for him to just get to another 100. Projector scores are getting better and better. 294 is on the cards. 9 and over. $29 hundreds, 350s, and the hundreds, 9, just the 9. Chance for him to better that. 167 for 3.
That's not drinks, is it? Harder than the previous.
Bangladesh, just a reminder, they are batting first after the Irish captain and Rubel Burney won the toss. The partnership is the one that's going on now, unbroken. 86 of 96 deliveries, a couple earlier between Shanto and Liton and Shanto and Shakib. So all to look out for. These are going to be interesting last overs. Bangladesh playing in the strongest format, had the most success over the years in this format of the game.
Very good, Harry.
Going at a rate of 5.22 with 7 wickets in hand. Partnership now 87 of 97. It's so well together. Tauhid Hridoy and Shakib Al Hasan. Tector looking for a breakthrough.
Yes, breakthrough is going to be ideal because this pair is looking rather ominous.
Quick single yet again from Tauhid Hridoy. Of course, to his 50. Just a bit short, 46 or 50 at the moment. Looking for a half century on debut. But so much potential.
Only 2 Bangladeshi players have scored a 50 on ODI debut, in Farhad Reza and Nasir Hussain. Both have come versus Zimbabwe.
Lucky, very good.
Then maybe Tohid Hridoy is going to be the third one to achieve that milestone. Progression from under 19 World Cup winning team to good performance in the BPL, getting picked in the T20 squad, and finally Tohid Hridoy getting his debut in one-day internationals. That's going to be a wide. Possibly slipped out of his fingers.
You mentioned the Under-19 World Cup in 2020. He scored a 51 versus South Africa. So has a world record that level. Referring to the Under-19s, he scored 3 back-to-back centuries. Made a record. Tohid Hridoy showing promise at a very early age.
Down the wicket, over the top, controlled shot. It's going to find the boundary. It's made it look so very easy. 4 runs to finish the over. It's 33 done, 176 for 3, and it's also going to be time for a drinks interval. Players having a well-earned rest here at Sylhet. The wickets to fall for Bangladesh. Tamim Iqbal chasing one outside the off stump. Got an edge. Good catch taken by Paul Sterling. As was not in control. Flashed onto that pretty well. And then one that shot a stop on Liton Kumar Das. Got the top part of the bat. It was a check shot. Not quite sure. Go through with the shot. The height really confused him. Another easy take for Sterling. Ajmal Hussain Shanto really bowled all ends up. Really could not read that arm ball at all. Went through that huge gap between bat and pad. That was the end of Shanto.
Let's go, boys.
Zoe have built up a very good partnership. Very threatening, very ominous for the Irish. 95 the partnership worth at the moment. There it is, 103 deliveries. They're looking good. They've been selective with their shot making. They haven't really tried to improvise too much, which has been very noticeable. We've hardly seen any premeditated shots, maybe once in a while. They've been in control. The bowlers have come in for a bit of stick in the middle parts. 1 for 37. Over 6 is a little bit tardy. Delaney with a couple of overs went for runs. But the others, I must say, Tector 4.6, McBride 4.7, Hume 4.5 are good economy rates. Just before that drinks break, this is the last ball of the previous over. Look at that lovely shimmy down the way. Gets to the pitch, gets underneath. Just an effortless shot that to the boundary by Shakib Al Hasan. Lovely movement. There you go. So very balanced.
Going to the pitch of the ball and playing it very straight. And as you said, made it look so very easy, this Shakib Al Hasan.
There's Tawhid Ridha just tucks it away. Innings, there will be something more for the spin bowlers. Bangladesh spinners will fancy their chances when they come into bowl. Made Hume try to angle the ball away further. In the process, bowling a wide.
Had to chase for it. It's pretty wide. Graham Hume back for his fifth over. Went for
Not really placing it in the area he wanted with the intention of that little bit of a width offered and trying to guide it.
it again. Left hands, deft touch. Made sure that he beat the keeper. Only got a single. Ridha back on strike on 48.
Anywhere. Missed the stumps, he got a streaky single.
Yes, fellas.
Ball coming in. Just a bit of movement. He's got it, Tawhid Ridha. Bit unlucky, Hume.
There he goes again, taking up position. Shakib Al Hasan has produced a lot of runs around the ground. The 100 partnership comes up with those couple of runs. The seaman bowling to Shakib. Whenever they're short, he's played it on either side of the wicket. He's pulled them. Once they're shot and down the leg side, mostly there. Comfortable height that the ball's coming onto him. And seamers to Shakib have been really tardy with their length, the short pitch to control of the angle of the shot.
Partnership has been so good. So very good. 81 for 3 after 16. From Shakib. Ridha now on strike on 49 of 53.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about that run that's going to take him to 50. It's not to be in this over. 183 for 3. Bangladesh have been pretty steady in getting the runs right from the word go. They've managed a 5.5 sort of runs per over, going at 5.38 now. 91 dot balls. Just a lone 6 in this innings. Still in control. Tector. That's swept. That's beautifully done. What a lovely looking shot that is.
The gap was there. He was targeting that in, down on one knee, and made sure that he plays the ball deep backward square leg. 4 runs.
Backs away. Inside out shot. Another 4. Oh, this is delectable.
Is the reverse sweep as well.
I don't think you should take any kind of risks at all. Always an element in that premeditated reverse. More orthodox and more results. 3 boundaries back to back from the bat of the maestro, Shakib Al Hasan.
Spoke of the reverse. Don't mind the conventional. Goes the orthodox way and finds the gap. Keep it simple. The results, 3-4 runs, 3 boundaries back to back.
Absolutely, keep it simple. Why take any kind of risk when you're going great guns, going at a runner ball, 79 of 79, 100 strike rate. Looking at that 100 we were talking about earlier. So oodles of time. The Tector will have to do something about it. 3 boundaries, the pressure on as we see. Bilal Yunus in the middle, chairman of the cricket committee, and with the 2 selectors on either side. Oh no, that's up in there. He might get a little lucky here. The ball just drops. He went for a little bit of a risky shot, sliced it. Now he headed over the top. Falls in no man's land, fortunately for Shakib.
I have to say, once again, a bit calculated perhaps. Mid-on was inside the circle. Not really. Sliced it. And marketing
through. Shakib now backs away. And it's also in the air, but it's wide of the fielder. It races away to the boundary. Another boundary, another 4. The Bangladesh 200 comes up with that shot.
Taking a particular liking against Harry Tector and making full use of the wicket. 4 runs, 4th boundary in this over.
Oh, Shakib is in a marauding mood. Really giving a clobbering to Tector. Doesn't know what to do. 18 runs already. Delivery to go. What's he going to come up with? 31, the 4-2 from that. It's 205 for 3.
Like 22 runs in the previous over, and all coming from the bat of Shakib Al Hasan. That's the biggest 9 on strike. Well, he pick up a 50 on debut. Becomes the 3rd player from Bangladesh to score a debut in one-day international. What a moment for him. Has all showed so much promise in the last couple of years. He was just waiting for his opportunity. Yeah, it's all smiles, and why not? Well done, young man. And hello, Leonard.
Outstanding. In fact, world-class batting from Shakib Al Hasan, and what a wonderful foil. Howard Ridoy and Harry Tector, who was so impressive with the ball in Zimbabwe and Harare, has been given a rude awakening by one of the best batsmen in the world. 22 runs, toyed with all the way around the oval here in Sylhet. That is an over that will live long in the memory.
Excellent exhibition. Some really good hits from none other than Shakib Al Hasan.
Ireland also getting an indication as to just how difficult this tour is going to be. Bangladesh are not the same side they were 5 or 10 years ago, where Ireland would have fancied their chances maybe against them. They're a fine team that has qualified automatically for the Cricket World Cup for a reason, but Ireland will fight and scrap hard. It's what they do. I think their fielding is held up really well under pressure, but this partnership now worth 126, taking the game away from them.
Nasir Hussain and Farhad Reza earlier against Zimbabwe. Same venue, Harare, in the year 2011 for Nasir Hussain. Farhad Reza 2006. Which certainly he's put his hand up, hasn't he, Tawhid Ridoy? And on him, shot pulled away. That is a cracking shot. What a shot that is.
11v11, it's 11v12 when you play against Bangladesh. That 12th man. The problem for Hume is he does not have the pace to bowl that length. Sits up to be hit, and hit it was like a rocket. Such a tap for the home side. Another one come through the system.
making his debut. That is his first shot, which went to the boundary. 54 of 58 with 6 boundaries, strong off his legs. Very strong. Bit lucky on that occasion, but yes. Strong on the onside. But he can also play some lovely looking shots on the offside, make no mistake. And what an opportunity for him to bat with someone like the champion himself, Shakib Al Hasan. Left and right hand combination. So having a few words. Delaney will be the new. Again, too much width. Will only be a single.
A huge test of young Gareth Delaney's character as well, because he has got two batters who are going to come at him in a big way here. Got a good record as a T20I bowler, but in one-day international cricket where he hasn't played an awful lot. Look at the projected scores. I don't think Bangladesh are thinking of 300. I think they are thinking of well in excess of that. Ireland's death bowling has been a problem, and when you strip Josh Little out of that, and no Craig Young and no Barry McCarthy, would be a lot of action in the last 10 to 15 overs. A lot of runs could flow, and real concern. I felt some nerves around the camp ahead of this first game. They know how good the side they're playing against is. And there's, I feel, a chance for Bangladesh to put down a marker here today, not just for the ODI series but for the tour as a whole.
I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. Bangladesh's strongest format is the 50-over format. Make no mistake. They've knocked over many teams, but you still have to play well. At one stage, they were 81 for 3, so you got to take your hats off for someone like Tauheed Ridway to come in as the young debutant and stayed there for a long period of time. He's only faced 60 deliveries. And he smashed 55 runs with 6 boundaries. Very good in between the wicket. And what about him? 91 of 85. It's a good combination, left and right hand combination. Youth on one side, experience on the other. What a matchup.
It's a prodigious talent, he really does. And lovely way for him to enter into ODI cricket here against an Irish bowling attack that's weakened. Find his feet.
Yeah, Mahmudullah is still in the mix. And that's exactly what Saddiqa Hattarusingh, the newly appointed head coach of Bangladesh, has mentioned. He just wants to look at the options, and he wants to make the right call going into the ICC Cricket World Cup, which will be held in India later this year. We just want to have a good look at the youngsters, what they can do. Their role. Tajul Islam has been magnificent. Gone for 5 singles after 37. Bangladesh 216 for 3. The highest scores on ODI debut for Bangladesh. He's there. Tauheed Ridway, 56 unbeaten. If he adds a few more, he goes on top of Nasir Hussain, who picked up 63 in the year 2011. Only 3 players, mind you. Only 3 players on the ODI debut have got 50 or more. Right. Has an opportunity. Still 13 more overs left in this innings. And Shakib will be eyeing to pick up his 10th ODI 100. He's already got 9, as confirmed by my fellow commentator looking at the stats.
Chance for a 10th ODI 100. The concern for Ireland is here their most consistent bowler is bowled out. Tector's been hit out of the attack with that 22 run over. Delaney's done well to concede just 5 from his previous. Still no sign of Paul Sterling or George Dockrell either. Appeal and given, and he's walked just a feather of an outside edge, strangled a bit, and Hume has his man shy of that 10th ODI century we were just discussing.
Yeah, he's walked off straight away. To chop it and gets an edge to the keeper. That is a big wicket. That is a very big wicket. Well set, Shakib Al Hasan. But straight away after the appeal, he's decided to walk off. Gone for 93. Bangladesh 216 for 4. Coming at number 6. Tons of experience. Best of 144. 43 50s and 800s. Closing on 7,000 runs also. Good numbers, very good numbers. He's also one of the batters who's guided the ship to safe waters. He's here because of this.
It was the Yorker length from Hume. He's looking to get out there and toe left end of the bat.
Because of the fact that if non-striker, because he walked off straight away, he knew he'd edged it to the keeper.
The reason it's such a good decision from the umpire as well is he's clearly hit the ground afterwards as well, so there'll be a number of noises and a number of factors to consider for the standing umpire. The finger went up and Shakib Al Hasan knew it immediately. His head went down and off he went.
Nicely played off the band. He gets off the mark with a single.
Feels like Mushfiqur Rahim has been around for an eternity, Attar. Debuted back in 2005. That feels like a different era of our great game. He's been one of the great mainstays of this Bangladeshi side for an awfully long time.
And that was a test match, wasn't it? And that too at Lord's. May 26, 2005. ODI debut, which is in 2006. It was against Zimbabwe. T20 debut. Also 2006. He's been there for a while. 35 years of age. '18 when he made his test debut. All right, turning out to be a very good over. Oh, shot! Oh yes, sir! Great shot for. Lovely settings here around the ground, the tea gardens, grassy banks. When you go on the left of the screen, you can see the kids playing cricket.
Well, in India they call it gully cricket, don't they? Is it the same here in Bangladesh? Any field will do?
Yeah, any field, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you look back, you can see a lot of youngsters playing a lot of soccer, but after Bangladesh went on to win the ICC trophy in 1997, things took over. Oh, what a shot. And that is a shot of a player in supreme confidence, I can tell you that.
Over the rope, straight down the ground for 6.
Shot. That's the slog sweep, he knows it. Mushfiqur Rahim.
This goes back to my point about the difference between ODI cricket and T20I cricket, where Delaney primarily bowls. There's always a gap. He's very much, I'll help that away. Now Captain Balbirnie says, okay, I'll get the extra man out. So deep mid-wicket goes into place alongside deep backward square, and now it's just 5 men in the circle.
Well fielded. Really good effort to stop that go past him, because if had it gone past him, it would have been another boundary.
It's Curtis Camphor, and Ireland's fielding has really held up against what's been a blitz in the last 10 overs. Bodies on the line. They're going to have to play to the very best of their abilities to remain competitive here. Bangladesh laying down a marker, making a statement early.
Happy, guys?
Debut at 18, what did you see in him?
Something very special. I was not the chairman. Farooq Ahmed was the chairman. I was a part of the selection committee when we picked him up. We could see he was very, very busy cricketer behind the stumps. And as a batter, he scored lots of runs. I mean, as far as I remember, it's a long way off, though. I think one of the Bangladesh A tours to England, he just kept on scoring runs. The year before the Test series started, and we knew that we had to have a good look at him because we were struggling in Test match cricket, and we picked him up straight away without any hesitation.
The potential and the talent there for the kind of a career that he's gone on to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still remember David Lloyd's word when he saw him going right behind the line of the ball and played a defensive stroke. The first thing he said is, Arthur, you found yourself a player. Short one pulled away. That is nicely struck. Bit of a misfield, but does not allow the batter to cross over for. Yeah, we're in Sylhet. Left of the screen is the academy ground. Lovely facilities here. With that single now, he becomes the number one in terms of scoring runs on debuts. Unbeaten on 64. Still can get a few more here. Tauhid Hridoy on strike. Nicely fielded, a bowling change. You're just going back to Mushfiqur Rahim. Very impressive. And he hardly looked back. I mean, he didn't score runs. I remember when he went on to play the World Cup in 2007, he smashed a 50 in the very first match. That was against India. And Bangladesh knocked off India in that particular game. Wanted to go and slash at it. And Mushfiqur Rahim came back, was off colour for a while, but he smashed 70 in the third one-day international against England. 70 of 93. There you go. Tons of experience, huh?
You add to the fact that he's had the gloves for the vast majority of all of those matches, and they are really impressive, particularly after a platform like this. And he'll be hunting down that 7,000 run landmark that Shakib Al Hassan has just got to today. Two of Bangladesh's very best of all time. They're still going, and maybe they're eyeing that World Cup in October and November to take the Tigers to a new level at a global World Cup. Remember, a semi-final appearance would be a big achievement
against Zimbabwe. The first one when he picked up 100 against Sri Lanka at Galle was a masterpiece. He's fought like a tiger in all three formats of the game, mind you.
A good crowd starting to fill up more and more. Challenge remains with this depleted bowling attack is staying in the game. And they're going. Ireland can finish really strongly and keep them to 300, 310. They stay in the game. Bangladesh finish strongly, could be out of sight.
It is a high-scoring surface. I can tell you that. The venue has produced quite a lot of runs. They've already gone for 40. And some fans expected. Watches it sail over for the maximum. It was full and has hit that with some serious power. 6 more to finish the over. 9 in that over. Spoils the over. 242 for 4. Right. Second power play done, so it's the last 10 overs now. But what a shot to finish that over. A shot from Mushfiq ur Rahim. He's now already picked up 2 sixes. He's right. 26 and 16 deliveries between these two, Tawhid Hridoy and Mushfiq ur Rahim. He's played nicely, hasn't he? But what about this shot?
Phenomenal stroke. The problem for Camphor is here, he's looking to go to the wide Yorker. He gets it all wrong. It's right into the slot. Yes, it's a brilliant shot from Mushfiqur, but it is there to be hit, particularly with mid-off and mid-on up in the circle.
Yeah, I think you make a valid point here. You make a very good point. Settle for a single, because once the mid-off and mid-on are inside the circle, you cannot afford to pitch it up. You're asking for trouble. And his eyes lit up because he knew that the length is there. It was in the slot for Mushfiqur to take it out of the ground.
The difference in the final 10 overs, as you see the P3 graphic next to the over counter, we're into power play 3, so 5 fielders are allowed outside the circle, and that's exactly what Delaney is used to in Teesside, barring short fine there in the deep, protecting the boundaries.
And the kind of position that Bangladesh is in right now with that single is 246 for 4. So watch out from Tawhid Hridoy, because he's the one who also scored quite a lot of runs. He's gone over more than 400 runs in the Bangladesh Premier League, and his strike rate was 140. So he'll be eyeing to play a few shots here, just backing up, trying to make some room.
Playing a few shots. I think he's going to play more.